What's good? It's your brother YK the Truth. And in this video, I'm gonna talk about self-hatred. Alright? Something we all seem to suffer from in this conscious community. Right? Sometimes I just sit back and look at all the videos of black people that we attack. May it be Hassan Campbell, may it be Brother Polite, may it be Young Pharaoh, may it be anybody that look like you, man. Anybody that look fucking like you. And you keep constantly making videos about, you are the problem. We are the fucking problem. And if I see you attacking other black people, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to unsubscribe from your channel. This shit has to stop. It has to stop. It does. We can't keep attacking each other and expect for us to get out of the situations that we are in as a race of people. Constantly making videos attacking in our flaws. Meanwhile, shit is being done to black people on a mass scale. Healthcare.
I had a patient that was very, very ill, had a perforated stomach, and needed surgery emergently to save her life. She was going to die if we didn't do surgery. And I went in to meet with her with my residents, and we kind of explained the plan and said, you know, if you don't have surgery, you're not going to make it, so we need to go right now. And in the midst of all of her pain and distress, she said, well, I don't really want a black doctor. Is there anyone else? And, you know, at that point, you know, my skin is, 6 inches thick at this point. And so I said, ma'am, I'm perfectly happy to walk out of this room right now. Just know that I'm the only surgeon that's on call right now. There is no such thing as a second opinion tonight. I'm the one that's going to be here. I'm happy to save your life. But if it's your choice that you don't want me to provide my services, then that's your choice. And I walked out of the room.
Employment.
The only black people that I saw every day were either opening doors or cleaning floors.
Shannon Kelly Ray noticed it immediately at Amazon. Black professionals in high-level corporate roles were few and far between. She was one of the outliers. In 2019, Amazon hired her as a manager in diversity.
I felt that much more a sense of urgency that I want to do everything that I could or knew to do professionally to change the trajectory of access to opportunity on Amazon's campus and across Amazon's corporate infrastructure.
Amazon data shows that 26% of its employees are black. It sounds good, but most of those employees are part of the company's warehouse workforce. Critics say Amazon's highest paid employees are white and male.
Housing.
Very sad about doing this, but kind of wanted to document it.
A woman in Florida is recording the moment she has decided to do something really hard.
Because it does seem like one of the few ways that we can achieve economic fairness by just having my husband be in the house by himself and taking down all evidence that he has a black family.
Her name is Abina Horton. She is a labor and employment attorney, and this is her husband, Alex Horton, an artist. Last June, they set out to get an appraisal of their home in Jacksonville, Florida, hoping to refinance and pay down the mortgage. A home filled with books and photos and love. Her family, his family. But when the appraiser came, Abina was there and said she felt something unsettling.
It clicked in my mind almost immediately that I understand what the issue was here. Why did I let myself forget that I live in America as a black person and that I need to take some extra steps to get a fair result?
The appraisal comes back. It is shockingly low. Even the bank couldn't make sense of that number.
Coming out of the first appraisal, was it rage? Was it exhaustion?
It was exhaustion, I would say. This person is being so petty and hateful, and he's wasting my time.
So she decided to get a second appraisal with a new appraiser. Same house, but something different.
Hey, it's Abena again, and back with another edition of the things that we are taking down from our walls.
There are a few things in my house that are demonstrably black. So clearly the pictures that we have all over the house with all of our family members, with my grandmother getting married back in the 40s.
We have the picture of Charlie Bolden, who's an African-American astronaut. Pictures of me when I was a baby. Black Panther.
We both put away pictures, and it's like, these are people I love, these are people I care about, and I need to hide them. That was very tough.
And then, of course, the primary thing that we did was remove both me and my son from the home during the second appraisal.
But when you're doing this, what does that do to the spirit?
It's crushing the spirit, of course. I'm ashamed of it. I'll be honest. And I'm ashamed of the fact that my son will see that this is something that I did. I'm ashamed to say that I really wanted to refinance and pay off my house sooner and have full equity in my home. And so I was willing to put up with that indignity to do it because I knew it was going to be effective. So it was a combination of pragmatism and deep and profound sadness doing that.
She took down all the photos of her family, replacing them only with photos of her husband and his white family. And he is the person in the home when the new appraiser comes. And when the second appraisal comes back, the value of their house has shot up more than $100,000.
If people knew what kind of mess was going on just to get a piece of chicken, they would stop eating it. Whatever you do, run from a poultry house. Do not do it. You'll lose your wife, you'll lose your health, you'll lose everything that you have. It's not worth it. Run from a chicken house. Run. I'm Carlton Sanders, and I'm from Forest, Mississippi, and I was a chicken grower for some 28 years for Cook Foods, and I lost everything I had due to the upgrades and a bunch of guys that didn't like black folks. That's the bottom line. I mean, if people knew how much trouble we were having trying to grow these chickens, they would stop eating chicken. I mean, it's just that simple. Because nobody wants to be like I am now. I lost everything and pitiful looking and talking. And people don't want to do that.
Land!
When it comes to understanding financial inequality in this country, economists often point to the absence of African-American generational wealth as one principal factor. It's resources passed from parent to child. As John Yang reports, for many African Americans, one source of the problem goes back decades.
Over the past century, African Americans have lost millions of acres of farms they owned across the South. It's a trend propelled not just by economic forces, but by white racism and local white political and economic power. It's not just a legacy of the Jim Crow South either. Most of the losses have occurred since the 1950s. That history and its lasting effects are the subjects of the cover story of the September issue of The Atlantic magazine. It's written by Van Newkirk, who's a staff writer at the magazine. Van, thanks for joining us tonight. What is important about this story? Why did you want to tell this story, and what is important you think that people should know from it?
Well, right now the country is in the middle of a lot of debates over the racial wealth gap, over the status and economic prosperity or lack thereof of African Americans here, and also about reparations, perhaps. And I wanted to, with this piece, recenter the conversation on the South, on black folks in the South who often get left out of this conversation, on one of the places where the deficit has been the most extreme, and that's in farming and in the ownership of land.
Anything, you name it. Name it. We don't know who our real enemy is. We so mad because somebody made a video about us. We want to respond. And then we go on for months and even years because of the self-hatred. Because of the people who keep, pushing us to make these damn videos. Bang on him. Attack him. And then at the end of the day, what does it solve? What does it fix? Who does it help? Constantly, over and over. It's like a mental illness that we just have to break. And I was guilty of it. I was guilty making videos constantly. People like, yo, why can't you make these videos? Make these videos. It's just, I have a new conscience, yo. And my new conscience is, don't kick nobody while they down. That's number one. If they down, why add fuel to the fire? Their karma is in full force. Why continue to kick them while they are down? Why am I attacking you that you're in the same spot, in the same damn situation as me? Why do I have to continue to make videos attacking you? Why do I have to make videos, right, whenever somebody is being murdered? Our culture is the only culture, it's a death culture. It's a vulture culture. And it's like we're entertained by death. We're entertained by drama. We're entertained by ignorance. Pure ignorance. And it's self-hatred. But why do we have self-hatred? For one, we don't have self. And I know you like, yo, it don't make any sense. Right? How can you have self-hatred if you don't have self? Easy. Because if you have someone else's culture that you identify yourself with, so in essence, your mind is someone else's, but the pain affects you as a people. It affects you. So it's self-hatred because you're attacking somebody who looks just like you. But here's the problem. We all have a different mindset. We all have this Europeanized mindset. For one, right? How can you claim that you're free as a people? Claim that, you're free, but yet we still have someone else's name. How can you be free and still have a slave name? How can you be free and still practice the same cultures as the person who enslaved you? How are you free when you want to make yourself look like the same people who had us in bondage and still have us in bondage? But at the end of the day, it's like, it's easy. It has always been easy. since the days of the damn plantation to attack somebody that looked just like you. Nigga, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't gonna leave this plantation. You gonna stay right here with Massa. And guess what they used to do? They used to pass the whip.
Striker, black striker!
Evil striker until her flesh is rent and meat and blood flow. We go out and kill every nigga in my sight. You understand me? Striker! Striker!
To the black man and have the black man whip the runaway slave or the slave who was caught in misconduct. So every time you look around and you see somebody whipping you, it's somebody that looked just like you. And then they had slave catchers who looked just like you. Freed black men.
What the hell is wrong with you, boy? Out of my way. You looking for some runaways, sir? What do you know about it? This you notice, right? Runaway slave, short, strong, dent in the head.
Who made money to capture runaway slaves. This is a fact. You had other black people who told about planned escapes. And they sabotaged the whole movement. Slaves were caught. And this is why we get rewarded to hate people who look just like us. YouTube pay good money to make these videos, these clubhouse videos, these exposed videos. Have you ever thought for 1 second that this is somebody who looked just like you? So we can forgive everybody else, but we can't forgive our own people. We can forgive the white man. You're not making videos constantly about how the cracker got his foot on our necks. You're not constantly making videos about that. You're not constantly making videos about how these politics and politicians are creating these laws to keep black people down that look just like you. I don't see no videos about the discrimination with land and farming and housing and economics. No videos about red tape bureaucracy. But yet we want to constantly attack people who are on the same boat. Eventually, there will be no one on the boat. It's just going to be the goddamn boat. It's just going to be the damn boat. Because everybody's going to be in the water, drowned. Because we're fighting each other. We're going at each other's neck. Constantly. While the white man sits back and say, wow, look at these niggas. We don't even have to worry. They so busy fighting themselves that we're good. We can continue to do what we do because day in and day out, They are attacking themselves. Crabs in the bucket. Like pigeons. Like dogs fighting for scraps. We keep attacking ourselves, man. And I get on YouTube and see what I'm starting to do is, if I see a channel that's, constantly attacking other people that look like them, I hide their notifications. See, the negativity, you can't have the negativity and the positivity. Because the negativity is so entertaining that you will forget about the positivity. Did you catch that? The negativity is so juicy that you get caught up with the emotions and you forget what really matters. This is a new awakening. And this would be the new awakening for black people if we all sit and say and ask ourselves, what the fuck am I doing? What am I doing? First of all, if I'm making a video, right? And I'm not saying, yo, how can we build something? How can we get some land? How can we fix our credit? How can we get life insurance? How can we get something that we can apply to our everyday lives? Because what this person did and what that person did and what he got going on in his house and what she got going on in her house is not going to make your house successful. So how can we as a people, you get it? Because we are the only ones who are taught to not see ourselves as a people. And whenever you speak out against the powers that be, do you know what they say? You're a reverse racist. This is reverse racism. Whenever you say, yo, we need more black businesses, you're a racist. So it's like, when do we stop attacking those who look just like us? When? And then you know what's super crazy though? You know what's super crazy though? Is that you don't even know who the hell these people are behind those damn thumbnails. You don't even know if it's a white person saying keep your foot on that brother's neck. You don't even know because you don't even see a picture. It could be the KKK. Look, how everything is going on in today's society. We are the new KKK. We are the new KKK. Because they don't have to lynch. They don't have to lynch us. All they have to do is have you rap about murder. And you're going to kill yourselves. And what is better than knowing that you have them killing themselves? Remember, most of the KKK had on white sheets. They had white sheets over their heads. Most of them was politicians, law enforcement, real estate agents. So the people that you needed for protection and housing and all of this other good shit was the KKK. And you wonder why we was discriminated on because it was ran by the KKK.
And in Ocoee, in Orange County, a lot of the local politicians and the law enforcement were members of the KKK.
And what happens at Perry's house?
All hell break loose.
I can show you footages of the KKK in the thousands in the 1920s. Hundreds of thousands. It was over 3 million KKK members back then, after the movie The Birth of a Nation. But now, we're doing it because we have the mind of a KKK. What we call ourselves, nigger. Right? What we have on our our necks, if we have some nice jewelry, it's called a chain. When we got a nice car, we call it a whip. We call our home, yo, that's my boy. So we have the mentality of a KKK. And we kill each other. And we attack each other. And we slander each other. Yo, whatever issue you have against another black person, take that L, keep moving. Because it's nothing that another black person can do to you that the white man didn't instill in him to do to you. So you can't look at him as the enemy when he's not even the one who's doing it. Think about what I just said to you. You can't look at him as the enemy because he doesn't even know why he's doing it. He's been programmed to do these things. So we lash out and we wonder, like, why are you attacking me? You supposed to look like me. Without understanding the back and forth is what keeps us attacking each other, yo. When does it end, yo? We might as well hang up if we keep making videos about each other. I won't do it. I won't do it. And guess what I'm doing right now? Anything that I ever participated in that was negative, I'm deleting it. Channels included. I'm deleting it. If it's not uplifting black people that look like me, I'm deleting it. I don't care if it put money in my pocket. I don't care if it got me looking with the chinchilla on my back. I don't give a shit, man. I don't give a fuck about no financial gain. I'm not selling my people no more, yo. Fuck you. I'm not doing it. I'll die broke before I sell out a black person, yo. Before I keep constantly attacking somebody that look like me. And this is my new leave right here. This is my new vow. No matter what you do, no matter what you say. You see how we need to have a turn the other cheek approach to those who look like us. See, we had to turn the other cheek approach to the white man, to the cracker.
State and local legislative body, and above all, in all of our daily lives. It is not enough to pin the blame on others, to say this is a problem of one section of the country or another, or to pour the facts that we face. A great change is at hand, and our task, our obligation, is to make that revolution, that change, peaceful and constructive for all.
But we need to have the turn the other cheek approach to somebody that look like us, because we're going to continue to live this way. And just look at how it all started, man. Just look at the beginning of it. We went to war because we had issues with people who look like us in Africa. We sold them. Our ancestors sold them because of that, what you call it, that animosity. That animosity and that self-hatred, because what you have to realize is that before even before the European slave trade, we had other invaders in Africa. Because everybody liked to bring up how Africans sold other Africans, but they leave out key facts of how Arabs was already in there with Islam, and they already had the slave trade popping. Just read the Black Holocaust. So we was already at odds with ourselves. So when do we learn from history? When do we see that we can never win at odds? At odds, attacking each other. I don't give a fuck. Like, whatever you say about me, whatever, you're my brother. However you feel about me, sister, you're my sister. How much you hate me, how many videos, keep making them. I love you still. This is how we got to do it, because hate is only going to beget more hate. Videos are only going to make more videos until you're sitting in your box, and then you spend your whole entire life making videos attacking somebody who look just like you. Not the white man. You wasn't bold enough to go up against the system. You wasn't bold enough to go up against the system. So, I will not participate in that. Self-hatred anymore. It's your brother YK the Truth. And I'm out. Peace.